Well, the attack against Dallas police officers putting police in cities nationwide on high alert. This as protests continue for the fourth straight day following the fatal shootings of two black men at the hands of the police in Minnesota and Louisiana. More than 200 people arrested as some of the protests took a violent turn. Now we look at how law enforcement is coping with the unrest, the growing unrest, bringing in now law enforcement expert Vincent Hill. He is the host of the podcast Beyond the Badge, also a former Nashville police officer. Vincent, so good to have you here on this unfortunate day. I want to remind you up top, we're waiting for the governor of Louisiana, John Bel Edwards, to hold a press conference. So if that happens, I might have to jump in there and go to that, okay? Just want to give you that notice up front. So let's start here, Vincent. Do you talk to police officers on your podcast? And if you do, what seems to be the general consensus regarding what conversations and concerns that prevail inside police departments across the country?
Well, Arthel, thanks for having me. I first want to say my prayers are definitely with the city of Dallas, the police department, those victims, the families that lost their loved ones, and I want to thank the officers that gave the ultimate sacrifice protecting and serving the citizens of Dallas. But I do talk to police officers on a daily basis, not just on my podcast, but I'm still friends with quite a few police. And what we need to realize is police on a daily basis go out, just like you just heard the victim say in Dallas, and protect and serve the community. And sometimes, along with being a police officer, you have to use force. Now, it's easy for someone that sees a 30-second, 20-second video clip to come to a conclusion that, oh, this officer was unjustified, this officer was not justified. But I myself, as a former black police officer, had to use force inside the black community, not because I wanted to take flight against the black man or not because I was racist or an Uncle Tom. It's because the reality of policing is sometimes there are those people that resist, that want to fight, that want to kill police officers. Look at New York, look at Randall Holder, black police officer killed by a black man.
So Vincent, to that note, to that point, how do last week's tragedies and headlines in the past year involving police affect how police do their jobs? I mean, do you think at this point it would be a bad thing if some of the police out there second guess themselves?
Well, the minute a police officer does that, Arthel, is the minute, that he is killed. There is no time for second guessing in that line of work. What people don't realize is officers have a split-second decision to make that decision that could affect their lives, the life of someone else. But police officers every day in this country will still go out and do their jobs daily. I just got back from Dallas late last night. I flew out there Friday to show my support to the officers in Dallas. And I talked to one of the sergeants out there who I could barely hear because he was so hoarse. But what is interesting and what I'm proud of is the city of Dallas, those police officers were still out there serving the communities. I saw police officers giving water to black males. I saw them talking to black males showing their support to the police. So I don't think we have an issue of whether police need to worry about doing their job any different. Policing is not going to change in this country. As long as we have criminals, policing won't change.
Yeah, I wasn't suggesting that they should change the way they do their jobs. I just was wondering, this has to affect their psyche, and perhaps there would be cases where they may not follow their instincts. But let me move on, Vincent, and wrap it up here. In terms of work that needs to be done in those African-American communities that are burdened with bad relations between the citizens and the police, what can the citizens do and what can the police do?
Well, Arthel, I think it's bigger than just the police. I think it starts with our leaders, and I will include the president in that conversation. I mean, here is our first sitting black president who seems to only speak out on black matters dealing with police. But for your Michael Browns, your Eric Gardners, your Alton Sterlings, I can give you names of white teenagers, unarmed, that were killed by white officers. So first we need to get out of this theory, this myth, that it only occurs in the black community and realize that policing, A, is a dangerous job, and there are policies, procedures in place that allow police to use deadly force. And that is the only way this country will get past this.
Vincent Hill, I thank you very much. The name of your podcast is Behind the Badge, Beyond the Badge. I'm just told in my ear. We have to get that right. Vincent Hill, thank you so much.
Always a pleasure, Arthel. Thank you.